She has better credit than people twice her age. Just pretend you're 18 when it comes to credit. Within a year and a half, you can have your credit built up in a way nobody teaches these kids about credit in school. Nobody taught me. The more you give your kids for free, the harder it's going to be. It's teaching her how to be responsible. She wants for nothing. She asks me for nothing. She's good. Give this gift to your kids. You might want to give them a quinceañera, big party. I'm a bartender. I bartend a lot of quinceañeras. You might want to give them this huge party. Give them good credit. And that starts with you as a parent. Welcome back. It's Amber Manaya. If you are new to the channel, you're going to love it here. I'm going to help you save money. I'm going to help you make money. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe before you leave. Do not forget to like when you hear something new. And don't forget to comment, because you never know how your comments and what you've learned can help the next person. Let's talk about our kids. If you do not teach your kids how to be financially independent, they're going to be very dependent on you and other people. It's very new age, I feel like, to teach our kids and be open with them about finances. Other cultures do it quite often and quite well. But Americans, they shy away from money. They don't talk to their kids about what they're currently doing with their money. Their kids have to go and find out on their own. My parents they were great with money, did not teach me what to do with it. I was a frivolous spender. Yes, I did that. But once I destroyed my credit 1.5 times, seen the process of fixing it, and then started to understand how credit moves and what I could do with it and how it could make me money, I said, okay, so my daughter's gonna learn this as soon as possible. I would have taught her everything at 16, but you can't really start utilizing your credit until 18. But we did start building her credit at the age of 16. So if you already do not know, I sell trade lines, which help your credit with age as well as approval limits. So all of the trade lines that I do sell, my daughter's very lucky. She was 16, I started adding her to all of them except for Capital One. They're a little tricky. You can't really add that till age of 18. But just a little fun fact. By the time she was 18, she was added to every single one of the trade lines that I sell, which put her at over 100K in credit limit. Imagine being 18, you go get your credit checked, and your credit limit is 100K. Gotta be good, right? The reason why we didn't get to see this until 18, because you can't check a child's credit until they're 18. Unless you do feel like somebody's using their credit, you can fill out some paperwork, a birth certificate, proof of identity, and then you can obtain their credit score. Rare, but it's possible if you do want to tap into your child's credit outlook. On my daughter's actual 18th birthday, we checked her score at midnight. She was so over me. I believe she had like a 736, 763, one of the two. Can't fully remember. But when I tell you, and let me show you the screenshot, 2 weeks later, she is at a 793 and a 787 on Equifax. That is better than most people's credit. Imagine being 18 and having this. I feel like it's a present. I've been teaching her financial literacy since at least 16. I did let her know, guess what? On your 18th birthday, we're going to go to the dealership. We're going to get you 2 cars, started her Turo business. Did not get the cars in her name because even though her credit is outstanding, she didn't have any primary cards yet. She didn't have any installment loan. All she had was the credit line, which is good. But I didn't want to push it. I wanted to get her the best interest rate. So what we actually did was I had my mom get her 2 cars because my mom has the best credit in the world. She was going to get the best interest rates. Got her 2 cars on my mother's credit. My daughter's in charge of paying the payments, the insurance, and she does it with Turo. Turo pays. So Turo is an app where you can rent out your cars. Got her 2 cars. That way 1 car can always be in her possession and the other car can be rented out and she can make money to pay them both off. Making it so that she doesn't even have to actually pay her own car payment. She works and goes to school. She's an A+ student and she deserves it. As well, she runs this Turo business very well. She's been running it for over a year now. She's been doing great. It's paying for her cars. I would not start a Turo business today. It does what it needs to do. I'm not saying it does anything extra, but it does what it needs to do. As well, my daughter has learned how to communicate with people, how to make sure things are in order, how to make sure the cars are clean. The logistics of it. She has her own business. She's running this and she's doing outstanding. She's getting her payouts. She's getting maybe sometimes even a little extra money for her pocket. In the end of it, she's going to have 2 cars. And once they're paid off, she's going to be generating excess money. 2 weeks after we got her the cars, this was her credit scores. I knew that we were going to go and refinance these cars in a year. You have to wait. I believe you have to wait a year. If we could have done it sooner, we would have did it sooner. But during this time, we're working on her credit profile personally. So when we check her credit score on her birthday, she's at the 736, 763, whatever it was, got her 2 secured cards. She had a Navy Federal Credit Union account since she was 16. Didn't really use it, but it was there. You can get a Navy Federal account and just let it marinate. Just let it sit there. Just get that age on there, right? She had a Capital One she normally used for work, her jobs, for those payouts. But when she turned 18, since she's had a Navy Federal checking and savings, we get her a secured card, put a $200 deposit, of course approved. Get her a Capital One secured card, 2 secured cards on her birthday. 2 secured cards and 2 cars, right? Every 3 months after that date, get her another credit card. She knows how to use it. I teach her how to max it out, pay it off, repeat. 3 months, do it again. Every 3 months, we're getting her another card. She no longer needs the trade line. She alone has great credit approvals. She's building her history. I'm already selling her trade lines. They're small, so they're selling for a lot cheaper, but I'm already making her money with that. I'm telling her to teach her friends. By the time she's 25, she's gonna have great trade lines to sell. Not even 25, maybe even younger than that in like 2 years, but she's gonna have great trade lines to sell. That's a source of income. She can teach, she's going to be teaching with me how to use and build credit. She already knows the difference between the statement date and the due date. When she gets the cash back, she'll send me screenshots. Look at the cash back that I got. Loving it. She rolls her eyes sometimes when I'm teaching her these things, when we're looking over her credit card statements, when I'm showing her which credit cards are going to get you the most money back on your money. When I'm showing her how to use balance transfers, she knows how to use balance transfers. She knows which cards she can do 0 APR for 18 months. That's more than a 40-year-old person may know. Even though she is 18, and this is something you want to teach your kids between ages 16, even 15, hey, whenever they want to learn, teach your kids this. You can be 40 years old in the same place. You're never too old to start to understand credit and to start to utilize it. I think a lot of older people get tripped up with credit because they feel like they're too late in the game. If you could just take a step back, if you've never used your credit, just pretend you're 18 when it comes to credit. Within a year and a half, you can have your credit built up in a way that you never know you just started. Going back to the story, when the year was up after she got her 2 cars, we refinanced them. We already had the lowest interest rate, but the reason that we refinanced is because when you refinance, now you can add someone onto it. So when we refinanced both the cars, brought them over from one from First City and then one was already with Navy, both credit unions, refinanced them both with Navy to add her to these cars. I had my mom refinance both these cars, put my daughter's name as a co-applicant. So now these cars are showing up on my daughter's credit. Now she has these installment loans. When they're paid off or close to it, my daughter's credit is going to look lovely and she's going to have 2 installment loans under her belt. This way, when she goes to get her first apartment, she's going to have over $100K in credit limit. She's going to have age history 10 years back because of the trade lines. And she's going to have 2 paid off vehicles. Most people don't have any of that. If you can teach your children how to do this between the ages of 15, 16, 18, now you don't have to co-sign for them as soon as they need that car, as soon as they need that apartment. Now they can stand on their own 2 feet. As soon as my daughter is ready to get anything she wants, she's not going to need a co-signer. She's going to be able to go in. She knows what interest rates are good. She knows to look at the interest rates. She's seen me argue to get money off of her cars. On her birthday, she got really cute. We went down to the car lot. She thought it was going to be this, oh, this is the car, sign the paper, leave. When I tell you we spent 8 hours on 2 cars, she was cute and tired. It may not have been as fun, but she still got to go home with 2 cars. And that's more than a lot of people can say for the age of 18. Give this gift to your kids. You might want to give them a quinceañera, big party. I'm a bartender. I bartend a lot of quinceañeras. You might want to give them this huge party. Give them good credit. And that starts with you as a parent. If you can start building credit card age right now, that way when your child turns 16, 17, 18, you can add them on as an authorized user and start building their credit. Or you can go the route of buying them trade lines for their credit. That is a great birthday gift. They may not see it now, but they'll see it in hindsight. I would not buy $100K worth of trade line for my 18-year-old. You could if you want. I only did it for my daughter because it was free to her, because I have that for her. But I would buy $100K worth of trade line if I was older and I needed to speed up the process. Since my daughter is younger, we're not rushing the process. She has time and she already has great credit. So even though we've taken it slow, she's moved aggressively and she has better credit than people twice her age. I even have her investing in stocks once a month, just so that she can see how they move. Stocks are not my favorite, but just so she can see how they move. I'm more into futures, but you got to start somewhere. And again, most people don't even know what a stock really is and how it moves and how it pays you. But those dividend paying stocks, I have her invested in those at the least. If you start by giving your children a business, something that they can be responsible for and learn from, and show them how to make money on their money, you won't have to foot the bill. My daughter pays her car payment, again, her car payments, her car insurance. I'm giving her one new bill every single month. It might be electricity. It might be the gas bill. Not gonna give rent until we're 21, but it's teaching her how to be responsible. She wants for nothing. She asks me for nothing. She's good. I feel good. As a parent, I feel really good. And I want other parents to understand, the more you give your kids for free, the harder it's gonna be. I didn't mean to rhyme, but if they never understand how to stand on their own 2 feet, how to do research and not just believe everything out there, because again, nobody teaches these kids about credit in school. Nobody taught me. I had to learn this. But if you teach your kids there's more than what school is teaching them that they need to know about, they're going to open their eyes and they're going to start to look around and they're going to read between the lines. You have to do this for your kids. It's going to save you. It's going to be good for you, good for them. A lot of people are afraid of credit, I understand. But guess what? When your child needs to go get an apartment or a car and they cannot do it on their own and they have to rely on you, and if they don't have you, they have to rely on who? Now they're just going to have to go get any type of loan with high interest rates. And it's going to rob them and rape them and keep them in the rat race. My daughter has seen all the mistakes I have made financially. Every time I financially make a mistake, I explain it to her. I want her to know what I've been through and what she can avoid and how she can avoid it and what's actually out there. When I have financial wins, I also break it down for her. I like to have a monthly meeting with her just so we can discuss, hey, how are you feeling about your finances? How I'm feeling about my finances. She has had a moment where she came to me and said, guess what? I have overspent this month. Let's figure out a strategy for me. And nothing made me happier than that, to know that she made a mistake, she learned from it, she wanted to change, and we got down to it. Share this video with anyone who has young kids growing up. Anybody who's had a financial trouble, it starts when they're young. Please start to teach your children. I think that's the only thing I really want to say in this whole video. If you are interested, I'm available to consulting teens and parents, helping you to understand how to build up for your teen. Go to my link tree. We can set up a consultation. If you love this video, go ahead and drop a comment and a like. What other topics do we need to discuss? You know, I'm going to keep them coming, but what are you guys interested in? Please let me know. You guys have a wonderful day, saving money, building credit, getting out of the rat race.